Imagine this. It's a beautiful June afternoon. You've got a 5-year-old girl. She's playing in her own yard. Everything feels safe, familiar. Sounds pretty idyllic, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The kind of scene you see everywhere.
Exactly. Now, picture that child just vanishing. No trace, no sound. She's just gone. That's the really heart-wrenching, baffling reality we're diving into today.
Yeah, disappearance of 5-year-old Summer Moon Utah Wells.
Right. And our mission here, it isn't just to list facts. We want to really dig into the critical details, understand what we do know, and explore these, persistent questions about how a child could just disappear like that in broad daylight from her own yard.
It's shocking.
Summer, born back in 2016, everyone described her as this bright, joyful little kid, big blue eyes, loved being outside. And she lived with her family way out in rural Hawkins County, Tennessee. It's mountainous terrain near Beech Creek.
And that disappearance, from what seemed like such an ordinary setting, it just exploded. It triggered one of the biggest search efforts Tennessee's ever seen.
A massive effort.
Huge. And yet, despite all that, the case is still cold, unsolved. It's a mystery that's, honestly, it's captivated and just confused people all over the world.
So, okay, let's unpack this then. What exactly happened on that day? And what is it about this case that makes it so uniquely puzzling for everyone involved?
Yeah, what sets it apart?
Well, the family's account of the day, June 15th, 2021, it starts pretty normally. Summer was apparently planting flowers with her grandmother.
Just a normal kid activity.
Totally normal. Then she went inside the house. Her mother, Candace Wells, said Summer then went downstairs to play for a bit, and then later she saw her heading back outside, supposedly towards her favorite swing.
Okay.
But then, within minutes, she was gone. Just like that.
Yeah.
Vanished. No sound, no sign. It's chilling.
As if she just evaporated.
Right. And that's where this case really takes that turn into something, extraordinary and deeply unsettling.
And the response, it was fast.
Yeah.
Really fast and big.
Yeah.
Candace called 911, frantic, around 6:30 p.m. And the TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, they didn't waste any time. They issued an Amber Alert straight away.
Which, for anyone listening who might not know, that's the system that blasts out information about abducted children, right? Gets it out wide.
Exactly. Public alerts, highway signs, the whole thing. And local law enforcement, they launched this huge search immediately. The TBI jumped in, the FBI got involved, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
So all hands on deck.
Absolutely. They threw everything at it. Cadaver dogs, helicopters doing aerial sweeps, divers checking creeks and ponds.
Wow.
And ground crews, hundreds of people, meticulously combing miles and miles of that really rugged, wooded area, fields, waterways, everything.
That scale of search is it's immense.
Yeah.
Thousands of people, trained professionals, looking everywhere. And yet, the bizarre thing is what they didn't find, isn't it? That became almost more significant, more puzzling.
It's spot on. It's the complete, total absence of physical evidence. Despite that massive, exhaustive search, nothing.
Nothing at all?
Not a shred. No clothing, no footprint, no, broken branch or sign of a struggle. No forensic trail, zero. And that fact alone, it just baffles investigators. It's what fuels so much of the speculation online.
It's like a ghost vanished.
Pretty much. This complete void, it's not just confusing. It fundamentally challenges how investigations normally work. Usually you have something to go on.
A starting point.
Right. Here, they're pushed into this space where theories of abduction, wandering off, they have to exist without any physical anchor. It shifts everything towards witness accounts, timelines, and, guesswork almost.
So what are the official theories then? What are the investigators saying?
Well, they've been very clear from the beginning. Everything is still possible. All options are on the table.
Meaning
they're considering abduction by a stranger or someone known. They're considering that she might have just wandered off into that difficult terrain and gotten lost.
Yeah.
Maybe succumbed to the elements.
Which is plausible given the area.
It is very plausible. It's incredibly rugged out there. Or, as they put it, the possibility of something more sinister at play.
Yeah.
They haven't ruled anything out.
And that terrain you mentioned, in Hawkins County, it's known for being tough, right? Dense woods, steep hills. How does that specific landscape complicate things for investigators trying to figure out if it was, say, wandering off versus an abduction, especially with zero evidence?
Oh, it complicates it massively, that kind of environment. You can step just a few feet off a path and be completely swallowed up by the woods, totally disoriented.
Easy to loss.
Incredibly easy. Search and rescue in those conditions is a nightmare. Visibility is poor, the ground's uneven, treacherous even. So, for investigators, Without finding Summer, they can't definitively say she didn't just wander off and unfortunately perish. It remains a possibility. But the fact he's found nothing, no sign of her passage, no belongings, nothing after such an intense grid-by-grid search, that also makes the just wandered off theory harder for some to accept. It creates this vacuum.
Where other theories rush in.
Exactly. Like abduction.
Bro.
Because if there's no evidence pointing one way, people naturally start looking at other explanations, even the more sinister ones.
Right.
The lack of evidence cuts both ways, really.
Yeah, I can see that. And this has put the family in such a difficult position, too. They've had this outpouring of sympathy, of course, but also just intense scrutiny,
Yes.
especially online on social media.
Oh, absolutely.
How does that public spotlight, that massive online engagement, how does that affect a case like this? Does it help? Hinder?
It's a double-edged sword, truly. On the one hand, you have this incredible power of public awareness. It keeps the case alive, keeps Summer's face out there, potentially generates tips from anywhere in the world. That's invaluable.
You need that visibility.
You absolutely do, especially as time goes on. But the flip side, the sheer volume of online theories, accusations, often totally baseless, it can be overwhelming. It can actually divert police resources chasing down false leads.
Wasting precious time.
Exactly. And it can be incredibly traumatizing for the family who are already living a nightmare to see themselves dissected and accused online. It's brutal. Law enforcement has been careful to say, they haven't cleared anyone officially, but importantly, they also haven't named any suspects. They're keeping their cards close.
So here we are, years later. To this day, Summer Wells hasn't been found. The case is still, despite everything, unresolved.
That's right. It's still an open, active investigation, according to the TBI. They haven't given up.
And her picture is still circulating.
Widely. All over the world. And they're working on age-progressed images now, too, to show how she might look today. The TBI, the Sheriff's Office, the FBI, they're all still involved, still working the case.
Is there still a reward?
Yes, absolutely. That's important. There's still a significant reward fund. At one point, it was over $70,000. It's available for any information that leads to finding Summer, or even just provides concrete answers about what happened. That public and official commitment, it's vital in long-term cases like this.
Okay, so this is crucial. If you are listening right now and you think you might know anything, it doesn't matter how small or insignificant you think it is, please contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. The number is 1-800-TBI-FIND.
That's 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Right. And you can also submit tips online. Just go to tbi.tn.gov.
And connecting this back, the public's role in these cases really can't be overstated. Sometimes that one small detail, that seemingly minor piece of information someone remembers, can be the absolute key. It could be the thing that finally unlocks the truth.
So where does this leave us? We've got this little girl, 5 years old, vanished, poof, no physical evidence found, none, despite this gigantic search effort. It doesn't add up. It's complete paradox.
It really is. And it forces us to ask a tough question.
Yeah.
When you have a case like this, where the physical evidence is just completely absent, and there are no direct witnesses stepping forward, what does that actually mean for our ability to ever find the definitive truth?
No.
And maybe just as importantly, what role does public awareness keep playing? When the trails go cold, when forensics offers nothing, is that sustained public attention the last best hope? How vital does it become then?
It feels like somewhere, someone has to know something about what happened to Summer Wells. And until we find that truth, her story needs to be told. It has to be heard. Not just as a tragedy, but maybe as a reminder of how deep these mysteries can run and how vital it is to keep searching for answers.
And that's it for this episode of Bits and Booze.